Hi friends, I am Joel John, YouTube blogger. In this video, I am going to talk about US medical billing claim process and also talk about the denials, common denials. I am going to give some examples with code number. As in many of the interview, they also ask for the codes information to test your knowledge. And then I will be talking about the common mistakes which are done during the form filing, and I will also give an example for one case how to reappeal. For that, giving justification, that's the medical necessity. I will give you one example, then we will wind up the video. So listen to this video till the end. Also share with your friends and subscribe to my channel and enable all notification by pressing the bell symbol, so that you'll get all the future interview related and other videos which I get on priority. Also I will add these videos on the end screen or on the I button. You will have a US medical billing playlist. On that, all my US medical billing related videos will be there, so you can go and check for all those. And let me know if you need any more videos on the comment box. So now getting into the topic, what is US medical billing claim? After a patient undergoes a treatment, the provider office, that's a doctor office or hospital, submits the patient bills to the insurance company. They will first get the, if the patient is covered under insurance, they will get the primary, secondary and tertiary insurance, or what are the insurance which the patient have. They have to scan both front and back side of the card and keep it safe, because in the back side only they will have the provider notification, provider number, nurse line number, customer care number, and all these vital details will be there. So back side of insurance card is also very important. Then they will check for the validity, and after that they will allow the patient to take the service. Patient has to just pay the copay and co-insurance amount if there is no secondary insurance which covers this. If they have a secondary insurance which covers that as well, no need for making any payment, just the patient can avail the treatment. And also in secondary insurance, there are also some type of insurance which will only give cash benefits. For that also, initially the patient has to pay the amount. After that, he can get it as reimbursement in the form of cash benefits. Okay, so now after this is done, the patient takes the service. So now the doctor will be sending these bills to the insurance based on the coordination of benefits given by the patient to the hospital. What's coordination of benefit? This case, what percentage will be paid by the primary insurer, what percentage will be paid by the secondary insurer, what will be the tertiary insurance coverage, and we will based on the EOB, if anything is left out, that will be billed to the patient. So this is the general thing. So now in the claim form, they have to follow this coordination of benefit percentage and also check whether it's covered based on the eligibility and benefits. Then submit the claim form to the insurance provider. In case if there is any mistakes, these claim forms will be rejected. This process of providing the claim form is called as an appeal. Okay. So in case if this gets denied, what happens? Or else after sending the claim form, in general, there will be a team called as account receivable. We all will be very familiar about the term AR callers, AR analyst, all those, right? These AR callers are those people who check for the status of the claim. Because even if a claim is denied and it's not notified, after some time we won't be able to appeal for the denied claims. There is a fixed timelines. So this AR caller will generally call in 15 days and check for the status of the claims. They will ask for the claim submission date, the claim receive date. Submission dates we will have claim receive date, claim process date, and the status of the claim. In case if it's rejected, the reason for denial. In case if it's rejected, they will do a validation on call itself and try to ask the rep to reprocess the claim. If reprocess is not allowed and still if they say it's denied, then they will check what's the deadline for appealing for this rejection, claim rejection, and they will note it down and also note down the reason for rejection and get the claim number. Then they will close the call and send this to the AR analyst. AR analyst are the people who are working on the front, who are working on mostly on day shifts. In some cases, they also will have night shifts. They will be going through the claims and try to get the claims paid. And also in claim department, also most of them work on night shifts. So this is like whatever could be done on daytime they will be doing. In case if they say that this could be sent on fax, or only some, there are some insurance company which demand for sending a hard copy, that's the printed paper for claims. So all those will be checked and they will get the details. And now this is the resubmission process. This is what they will call it as working on rejections and denials. Okay. So now, once they get a claim rejection, the patient and the provider will be getting a letter. In that, if the claim is fully rejected, only the rejection letter will be there with the EOB. EOB is called as explanation of benefit. The whole explanation of benefit will be there on the insurance website for that particular. If you log in with the particular for the particular patient account, you can see the whole EOB. But for the bill submit, this EOB will be only based on this rejection. So this is very good time saving for us, because based on this rejection, and also this is also uploaded online, you will be able to, once you check the EOB itself, you will be find out why it's rejected. And some cases for claim mistakes also, claim form mistakes and other things also, the rejection would be there. Those things also you can check on the rejection letter. Okay. So once you get the denial, you will be also, if it's a partial denial, there will also be a check. Okay, that check will have the details about how much amount is paid will be there on the check, and on the EOB and on the rejection letter they will say why, how much is paid will be there on the rejection letter, and what are all rejected will be there. On the EOB it will be giving what's the reason for rejection. Okay, this is what you have to do once you get the rejection letter. Now I am going to talk about the 5 medical claim denials which are very common, and they are non-covered charges. There are some services which are non-covered as per the plan based on EOB. Coding errors, the CPT code, ICD-10 code. In this, if there is any mistakes, those coding errors will happen. And overlapping of claims. What is this overlapping of claim is? A same claim for the same patient and provider will be submitted. Same provider or a different provider. Sorry, if it's overlapping means the same patient would have availed the same service with the same provider or a different provider within the fixed timeline. For example, for repeating certain procedure, there will be deadline of time like 6 months, 1 year, like that. The patient is not allowed to repeat the same procedure again and again without a valid reason. Okay, if that happens, then they will reject the claim as overlapping of claims. And another one is duplicating of the claims. This is what I tried to explain on the initial time. Now I will explain it clearly. Duplication means for the same patient, same provider at the same time of service, that's on the particular day, the same bill will be sent twice. At the time they will reject the claim as duplicate claim. Expired time limit, I told you about, right? There is a certain time within which the claim should be submitted, and also the appeal, and if there is rejection, the claim process for the rejected claim, everything should be submitted within the deadlines of the given by the plan. Those things you have to check with the rep or with the EOB. Then in many interviews they ask for some common denial codes to test your knowledge. If you don't know the denial codes which they ask for, tell them that sir, we don't I haven't come across this denial. Maybe I have come across some other few denials. Can I give those as examples? Like that you can probe and try to bring the interviewer under your control by taking lead on an interview call or an interview discussion itself, and you can use these codes. Like for example, CO11, that C11, it's for if the ICD-10 code is inconsistent with the CPT code. Then the denial code will be CO11. So in this ICD code, then they may ask you what's an IC, what's this? Explain. I am giving this as an example because ICD code is based on the symptoms and the diagnosis of the doctor on the patient. So this should be consistent with the treatment which he provides. The treatment is given by CPT code. Now you could understand the difference between the CPT code and the ICD code. ICD comes first because the doctor observes the patient and also gets a previous observation. Based on that, he plans what should be done. So this initial observation, symptoms and patient history, the diseases which is suffering already or the surgeries which are done already, everything will come on the form of ICD-10 codes. Now CPT-10 codes are current procedure terminology. You have to be careful about the current and procedure word. So these codes will come up of what the doctor is planning to do, what the scan, laboratory analysis he is going to do, what the treatment he is going to do, what are all going to be the drugs which he is going to prescribe, high value medicine. And then what is if he is planning for another surgery, what is that surgery, for that what is the CPT code. This is how it is. So this diagnosis should go and in par with the procedures which is going to do. Is it right? What is find out and what's going to be done should be on the same line, otherwise it's an incorrect treatment. So if but what happens is during coding, because of typo error and people thinking they are so great, they have got very much of experience and they depend on their memory and incorrectly give the code. If they give correctly, it will flow. So always look for the reference sheet and give the codes to avoid these errors. Then other common errors are like expense incurred after the patient coverage is expired. This should be avoided during eligibility and benefit check itself. And this code is CO27. And if they ask, can this be done, is there any way to correct this, you can call the patient and check whether he is having some other insurance or secondary insurance. If you do that, and you can do that check for this. Okay. And CO2, coordination of benefits. This is that I already told, the billing should happen based on the coordination of benefits given by the patient to the insurance company. And there are also cases in which the patient fails to give the coordination of benefits to the insurance company, but he will inform the doctor. So those kinds of things are there. The patient would have given but not updated on the insurance system. All those you have to check, and then you can solve this case as well. CO29 is time limit for filing is already expired. So in this you have to be very careful. And CO167 is diagnosis not covered. On these cases, if the patient has a secondary insurance, you can check for this or these services are covered on the secondary insurance, and if it's covered, on that case you can take a patient EOB again and bill the secondary insurance stating that this is not covered in primary insurance, so it's covered under your plan, so you will be the primary insurer for this case. Okay. So now I am going to talk about the common mistakes which are done during claim processing. So please be very conscious and avoid these errors. The common mistakes are like specific codes not specified. This is very, very important. And also we said that overlapping of claim and the specific codes not provided. I will give one example for these two joined together. For example, doctor is taking a CT scan, that is on for brain. There is a class that CT scan for brain should be done only once in a financial year as per the insurance. But within 1 month, the doctor is asking to do another CT scan. Now, this doctor should clearly specify why I am doing this. The one probable reason the doctor could say is, I found abnormal findings on the first CT scan. So for this, I have given some medicines, and for this particular findings, there should be a repeated scan within 1 month. That's why I am giving this scan again. So in case if he does that, there is a separate CPT code for abnormal findings on brain CT scan itself. That's CPT code you have to put, and that that ICD-10 code should be given, and the CPT code will be the same. Anyhow, you are going to do the same scan. For that scan, the same CPT code will be there. So this is one method in which the overlapping of claim. This is a overlapping of claim, but this is medically valid. Medical necessity is there. That is given by the ICD-10 code. But the CPT code remains the same. Okay, because that's based on the particular scan. The same scan is repeated. So the CPT code won't change, but the ICD-10 code will change. This is an example. Then other things are like claim form is missing some information. This is a very bad mistake. You have to check the claim form thoroughly before submitting it. All the claims should be processed within time. So be very careful on that. Claim, again, that second thing will be claim not filled on time. So if you don't do it properly, then again the rejection will come. Then again the timeline, it will be hard to meet. And incorrect patient information filed. So you have to be very careful on filing out the patient information. Anything, even a date of birth mismatch, can lead to denial of a claim. It's not that only for medical reason they will deny. They say that informations are incorrect, so I won't process the claim. And date of birth is one of the main criteria for people to pull out the patient records as well, apart from patient insurance ID. Even if it's right, they will again reject the claim. Even though it's possible, they will reject the claim saying that incorrectly filled claim. There are companies which do that, so be very careful. Other things are like coding errors, I said, right? Typing errors, people depending on their memory instead of checking all those. So please avoid all those errors and do a sincere job, because you are dealing with people who are on pain. So have that on mind, and do an excellent work. And also for people who are watching this video for interview, watch again and again, and also all my medical billing related video and other interview preparation video. And wish you all a good luck for your interview success. Press the subscribe icon, press the bell notification, and enable all notification, and also give a thumbs up as appreciation, and also share your valuable comments. And in case if you have friends who are also on your same domain who are appearing for these interviews, or if you are a fresher, share this with your college friends WhatsApp group, even on your school friends WhatsApp group, and share it with your friends who are coming with you for the same interview, and start a discussion about that. Search more in Google, find something more, and talk about that with your friends, and share your valuable comments as well, so that when you start speaking and practicing, your communication levels will improve, and you will be able to excel on the interview. Okay, friends, it's time to say bye. It's your Joel John J signing off from you. Bye.